Given how strong our results are, I almost feel like we should just go home. We've been saying since we went public in a DPO that we would build infrastructure to make America and its allies the dominant force in the world. We claimed to much skepticism that this would be done in a software product, that defense and commercial industry would be driven by software, hardware, hybrid technologies, that there were very few companies in the world that could actually do that, that these companies are basically only built in America, that the companies that have tried to do this that aren't Palantir are built by ex-Palantirians, that the financials of Palantir would flow from our products and our culture and our way of implementing, that we would bring violence and death to our enemies while targeting and general issues of safety better for our allies and for Americans, that we would stand by our values in thick and thin, including that the West and America are superior ways of organizing and that this is a great country and historically anomalous in its greatness, and that we would build a company with the best people from all over the world, but primarily from America, to power America and its allies. And even we are shocked by the 44% growth in the U.S. off of a $2 billion base. So this is not some speculative small base, 44% growth. Even we are happy to see that we grew 30%, to see the real reacceleration in USG to 40%, and to see the very, very strong results in U.S. commercial. Also, allied countries that have begun to realize that AI is the way in which to make their defenses superior in the face of brutal, heinous, immoral, and often terroristic enemies, where you need a superior form of fighting that's both safer for you and more dangerous for the adversary, and controls how you hit them and when and where, and allows you to maximize your results. It is also just jarring to see how America adopts the most important, most agile, and most impactful technology independent of who the purveyor and builder of that. We are building this company, and we believe we're at the beginning, and watching American adoption both in government and commercial, while not forcing us to change, while accepting that many of the ideas of how to make your enterprise better, whether it's insurance has been mentioned, oil and gas, any kind of complicated manufacturing, supply chain, healthcare, obviously defense and intel, that a new and different way of building software and implementing it, meaning the infrastructure, is where the value is, despite the fact that, as you may have noticed, many have noticed, that the experts that write about these things seem to believe the commodity, i.e. the LLM, is the valuable aspect of this, and that the actual asset, meaning how you manage the commodity, is the actual value. Despite great skepticism about our view of how to do this, the market seems to have decided what works, no matter how theoretically appealing the idea is of building software around how you may have learned to build it in business school, is to you as the person not buying the software. The people buying the software, who are allowing our market to grow at 30% in aggregate, 44% in America, 40% in U.S. comm, and dramatically 40 in U.S. government and dramatically in U.S. comm, are speaking with their feet and their implementations, and we're very, very proud of that. And I'm particularly proud to see the warfighter adoption of this. You see every part of U.S. government, including the White House, Congress, defense, intel, beginning to embrace the application of large language models in infrastructure, obviously something that Palantir is particularly specialized in. And we are really, I think, as a company, enjoying this phase. You know, when you build a company over a long period of time, there are good and bad phases. But to see, in fact, our view of what it makes to make enterprises stronger and better show up in these dramatic results is super gratifying, and we plan to continue.
Thanks, Alex.